Testing the mic again. So let's just check the top games that are in progress right now. So we have this ending which is going on between Naseem Abbas from Pak Chess Club, and we have Srihan Sabat from Khelo Chess India, and White has a pawn here, but this is a draw because these checks are not stopped, and this is called as the Philedos position, if I'm not wrong, in Philedos position in the rook and pawn endings that you can check. You can just go to the Google and just Google out Philedos position rook ending, and it should give you a detail. There are a lot of videos on Philedos position also, wherein the white is forced to play this pawn push, and now after that black has to go back and give these checks. But right now I think this is the better position for white because white is able to push both the king and pawn. So that's not good signs for black right now. Okay, so this is the position, and I think still black can go to e1 and just try to give this unlimited checks on. I'm not sure why he is not leaving the last rank. You can just Black can just go to e1 and just give this unlimited checks. Okay, because white cannot give this check, it is going to be a draw. And yes, Saksham, we are in good position right now. I'll just quickly check the team positions right now. So it's a draw here. So let's close this position. There is no way either sides can improve. I'm closing this game and let's go and check. So Khelo Chess India right now on 42 leading with 8 points. It's a good battle going on, and right now we have Sony Atharva leading the team with 20 points. Then we have Hidden Chess Master, that is Saksham. He is playing from Khelo Chess India, making us proud with 8 points. Then we have Bilal Blanco from Pak Chess Club on 8 points. And then we have Abhishek Srivastava from 8 points from Kilo Chess India. Then we have Dawood Gondal from Park Chess Club with 8 points. So it's going on very good neck to neck. Let's just check one of the games from the lower boards. So let's just check what happened. So Sagar Sabat is from Kelo Chess India, and we have Ding Dong from Park Chess Club. So D4, D5, Bishop f4, knight f6, e3. This is a lot of favorite openings of this is a favorite opening of a lot of players playing right now. It is called as London system, wherein the bishop f4, e3 is played, and then c3 is played. It's the safest way to play the opening, not, with no risks at all. So knight c6 is something that I am not happy about. You should first play c5 and then play knight c6 to challenge white in the center. If you're not playing c5, you're not going to get good game in the middle game. Okay, so bishop d3, queen to e7, knight to d2, pawn to e5. That's a good break, early break from black side on this e file. So pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes, and knight f3. A simple exchange, leading to a simplified position now. Queen to c2, bishop to g4, attacking the knight on f3, knight d5, pawn to h6, just avoiding anything in the future with bishop takes h7 with the support of queen by playing pawn to h6. Then we have knight to f5. This knight is nicely moved on to d4 and f5, attacking the queen and the pawn. And we have bishop takes, bishop takes. Now it will be an interesting part wherein there would be an ending with between knight and bishop. Okay, I'll still feel that bishop will hold a higher value until the game is over. If the queens are exchanged, the knight will become more active and more dangerous. If queens are there on the board, then this bishop is going to be a winning piece for white here. So white is just trying to open up the pieces, open up the center as much as possible. So rook to e8, pawn to h3, a6, rook takes, and this is live position. So difficult to improve here, right? A rook e1 mate. Rook e1 is check and mate, guys. Yeah, that's a miss from white here. Okay, so rook e1 was a simple checkmate. White missed it. So these are the positions where it is difficult how to continue. In such positions, you just have to make safe moves and try to attack the weak squares. So b7 is a weak square here. Queen b3 should have been played, attacking the b6 b7 square, and then that is how the white should have played. But he lost. He played rook to d4, and then he missed this check and mate in one, and then black won. So let's go back to a tournament and check the top players who all are playing. So let's just check one game from another game from Hidden Chess Master. uh Bilal Blanco is from Park Chess Club, and we have Hidden Chess Master, that is Saksham from playing from Khelo Chess India. Saksham is black here, and sorry, Saksham is white here. Sorry, he's playing from black pieces. Yeah, and Bilal Blanco is from white. So e4, c5, knight f3, e6, d4, c takes, knight takes, a6, knight c3, queen c7, pawn f3, knight to f6, bishop d3, pawn to b5. And these are the structures wherein this bishop e3, queen d2, and long castles is generally played with the idea of g4 and h4. While black continues to attack in the a and b files, with this knight going on to d7, to b6 to c4, or this knight can go to c6, a5, and then to c4. There are a lot of options. d5 is also a possible option with black here. So bishop e3, bishop b7, a3, d6, castles, knight d7, queen e1, bishop e7. So white resigned. So let's quickly check what happened in the game. Okay, so castles, then knight d7, queen e1, bishop e7, queen g3, castles, rook e1, knight to h5, attacking the queen, queen g4, g6, supporting the knight. This queen seems to be in a difficult situation. There are no much squares left for this queen. Okay, so this can get trapped soon. So bishop h6, knight to e5, queen h5 was played. Why queen h5 was played? There is no idea. Queen could have just gone back to h3. I think White assumed here that his queen was pinned, queen was trapped, and he gave away his queen. But queen could have been played to h3 and got to the safe square right now. Okay, let's go back to the tournament and check the next game. Let's go to the top tables and check game between Wild Frog. Wild Frog is playing. My Shakti is also joining the top tables. So Wild Frog and Dig Dong are playing right now. Wild Frog is from Khelo Chess India. So d4 was played here. D4 was played by the Ding Dong, who is from Park Chess Club. And then Wild Frog replied by playing g6, knight to f3, bishop to g7, knight to c3, pawn to c6, pawn to e4. Now white has got complete control of the center, and black has to prove that his moves, that is this pawns moves like f5, c5, or even e5 are coming soon in the middle game to get an equal chance in the center. So e5 is what black prefers here. Pawn takes, queen takes f2. Oh, that's something that I think white has missed altogether. This knight on g4 is attacking this pawn on f2, and queen is also attacking the f2 pawn. So white has missed it. White played pawn takes, which is a problematic move. Queen takes f2, king d2, pawn takes pawn. Bishop goes to g3, and I think queen e3 check is there. So knight king goes to e1 and castle. So this will put black in a very good position. White has to struggle for remaining of his position, remaining of his game. Here e5 was hanging, so knight takes, bishop takes e5 could have been played, but I think white was keen on exchanging of the queens, and black exchanged the queens. Actually, I think black could have retracted his queen back and then try to develop his remaining of the pieces and get his rook on the d file to attack here. but it's okay. So queen exchange was done. Pawn takes d3, knight to h5, bishop takes e5. The pawn was free there. So bishop takes, knight takes, and knight g3. e2 bishop can be exchanged now. So knight takes e2 is played. King takes e2, bishop to e6, supporting the pawn on f7 as well as attacking in this diagonal. If the knight moves somewhere, if he goes for a picnic, then a2 pawn can be captured by this bishop. So pawn to a3, saving that pawn right away, not taking any chances. Now this knight can be a good piece, but it can be stopped by b4, that so that knight c5 is not available. But then knight has to go to this c7, b5, and then to d4 square to get this knight activated. So pawn to b4, knight c7, king into e3, rook to e8 now, rook to d8 now, attacking this weak pawn on d3. That should be a target for black. So knight to a4, knight to b5, knight c5, and knight c5 is a very good square for this knight, attacking this b7, this e6, and then if the bishop is gone, then knight on f7 and rook on f7 can be a very good combination to attack the castle king. So now knight to c5, that is the current position, and black has to play here. Black has to play sensibly so as to not give away his pieces, not to give away this entry on the seventh rank. I think knight takes e6 is now expected. Knight takes e6, f takes e6, and rook f7 can be played. Yeah, rook f7 followed by this rook to f1. First he wants to kick the knight away, so knight d6 can be playable now so that this rook f7 is not available. So all the viewers out there, is the audio clear to you now? I think it's better than before the previous video. I hope so. So knight c7 was played. So in case of knight e6 is available, but then the f7 pawn would fall. So pawn takes is forced here. I think this is not a good move, knight c7. Knight c7 may not be a good move here. Yeah, so now rook f7 and this knight will be hanging again. So knight has to go to a6, then pawn to b4, b5. So knight a6 and knight e8, two options right now. Knight a6 I think is better. It gives some attack to black to attack this pawn on b4. Now if pawn b5, then you can play. Okay, so white is going for this attack. Now rook has to go to somewhere on e7 and the other rook can come to f7. D3 pawn is well supported, nothing to worry about. So I think white is plus here. White should win this game. I can see a comment there from Dr. Gamer. Dr. Gamer, yes, you can play the game. You can join our team Khelo Chess India first. Once you join the team, then you can play. Okay, so you have do the two steps in this. You have to first join the Khelo Chess India team, and then you have to join the tournament to play. So yes, you can play. And if you don't know how to play, I'll just put one link in the description in your comments so that you know how to join the team and how to play the LiChess tournament. Okay, I'll just give me a minute. I'm fetching the website for my blog for you. There are two steps. So, Dr. Gamer, I have just pasted one link in the chat. You can visit my blog. On that blog, you can see the steps to join the team as well as to play the tournament. Okay, so you can enjoy this tournament as well. So this is the current position. I already mentioned that white was in a superior position and white has proved that, but black has got this one passer. So if white is not able to get a check and mate, oh, he has sacrificed the knight here. So if white is not able to get a check and mate, then black can put some pressure in the on this queening square of e1. So I think knight takes e5 was possible there. No, there was this knight is pinned. Okay. Yeah, this is winning for white now. So black was in a complete dominating position. He should not have exchanged his queens. If just because he exchanged the queens, he has landed up in this difficult situation. I think rook b4 check is now expected. Yep, and I think that should be just one check. Probably rook b3 check or pawn to a3 can be played, but this is winning now because rook f7, rook g7 check, king h8, rook h7 check, king to g8, and then knight to f6 check, king f8, and rook f8 check and f7 check and mate is possible now, and that should be followed very soon. So it's a mate in 4, I think, rook f7, then okay, but this g2 pawn is hanging right now, so king has to come on c3 first, then to c5 to stop all the checks, and then I think white can win this, give a check and mate to black. Yep, I think that should be the game for white now. White should win this one. Okay, so let's go back to the tournament. This is winning for white now. And check the next game. So we have Satya again from Khelo Chess India leading right now. Let's just check. So Satya is not playing. Narendra Mutliar is from Khelo Chess India. He's also not playing a game. Hidden Chess Master is playing a game with Haris Khan, and that is the current position. Haris Khan is in time pressure. I think he was playing in the Berserk mode, so that's why he is in time pressure. So this is a position. Look at this dangerous position of Black's king. So Hidden Chess Master seems to be in some problem probably because of this pawn storm which is in the center. I think this is also possible right now to just capture the pawn. And if rook h4 check, rook can come to h5, rook takes, pawn takes, and there is no check immediately. Queen f7 check is possible. Yeah, pawn takes, pawn was played, and I think, yep, that's the risk black has to take here to get something going for him in the game. And now queen c6 probably. Queen c6 I think can be played here. And this queen can threaten this checkmate. So queen c6 will be answered by probably rook to f1. And then we have this queen check possible. Yeah, and rook f1 now is expected. Rook f1 check. King e7. Oh, king to e6. That's right, because king e7 again will give one tempo to white to give this check. Can we play queen d5 now? Yes, I think queen d5 is playable if I'm not wrong. Now rook f6 check, or queen f6, queen, and queen takes queen I think has to be played now. King c5, and now queen takes king. Oh, bishop takes I think was a better move because then this pawn could have just rolled out. Hidden chess master is still trying to fight, but this bishop is going to be the problem now. Bishop f5 is the threat. Rook check, and now I think bishop can go to d3, not to block this particular file. Okay, so black is victorious actually. White has ran out of time. Interesting. It was an interesting game. It could have been a better ending to enjoy. But let's go back to tournament. So right now, Khelo Chess India is leading with 77 points, and Sony Atharva is on 20 points from Khelo Chess India, followed by Hidden Chess Master. Then we have Satya. Then we have Narendra Mudliar, and then we have Mai Shakti, all performing very well from Park Chess Club. We have Ding Dong on 13. Then we have Bilal Blanco. Then we have Haris Khan, and then we have Bilal Javed, and we have Naseem Abbas. So it's a nice way to play the tournament. I thought you were using. Uh, let's quickly check this. Okay. Okay, so no questions over here. So all the viewers out there, if you have any questions, you can just mention in the comment section. I would be happy to answer them. Also, make sure you like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so that you get these beautiful videos and beautiful tournaments every day coming right into your homes, in your mobiles, in your laptops, and you are able to enjoy them to the maximum. Okay, so let's just check one of the next games, and we have Narendra Mudliar. Let's just check if he's, yeah, Narendra Mudliar is playing with Ding Dong. Let's check this game. Let's check what happened in the opening. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, Royal Lopez, queen e7, a rarely played variation here, and pawn a6, bishop to a4, pawn h6. I think here d4 should be played just to take advantage of this misplaced queen on e7. C3, G6, pawn to D3. No, D4. We have to exploit the center, guys. So in this case, we can attack this queen and the king in the centers. Okay, bishop G7, bishop to E3, knight to F6, rook to E1, castles, pawn H3, pawn to D6, pawn queen to D2, attacking this H6 pawn, but this knight is not going to get a good square. First, actually, here in this position, knight d2 should be played according to me. This knight should go to f1, go to g3, and then queen d2 and rook c1 or rook d1 can be played. Not queen d2 directly because this knight can be in the question now. So you have wasted two moves by your queen and not achieved much here. Okay, so g3 and then knight to c5. Here again, I think knight is doing nothing over here. Knight is not doing, just put your bishop on c2 now and try to play d4 move so that this bishop can get a good attack on this king. Okay, so bishop takes c5 was not necessary in this position. Pawn takes c5, king h2, queen to e6. Now the h3 pawn is hanging. White has to be careful here. King to g1, pawn to f5, bishop to b3, queen f6, king to g2, bishop h8, knight to e6, knight to e3, pawn to f4. This is dangerous for white. Knight to d4, knight to d5, attacking the queen. Queen goes back to d8 and pawn to g4. The knight is under attack right now. So knight goes to g7 and this is live position. I think knight can now jump to this f3 square, try to attack the e5 pawn because now knight is going to come on e6 to so that this bishop supports the e5 pawn and knight supports the c5 pawn. So knight e6 is expected now. So I can see comments from Saksham. Saksham is asking, can you challenge the Pak team again tomorrow? Yes, we have to check with them if they're available. And then we have see my game now. It's crazy, Saksham. Yeah, let's finish off other games and we can just go back and check your game. But just last 2 minutes remaining, we have to cover most players who are playing for our team in the live broadcast. So this is what I am trying to do here. So knight on d5 is kind of trapped here. I think knight takes e5 can be played. If pawn takes, then you can play bishop takes and you can get two pawns in the centers for this knight. Okay, so knight takes e5 could be a good move. But still I was not happy when this white captured the knight on c5. That should not have been played. Knight takes e5 should be the expected move. Come on, white, make your move. Knight e5 is the right move to play. Knight f4. Interesting. So white is trying to get this e pawn as passer, but I don't think that's going to work. Rook d1 and d4 is playable, but I think that's again black is piece up, so black can just try to sacrifice in the endgame and get these two pawns. back. Okay, now the threat is queen d4 and then probably queen e4 and then probably play this pawn to d4 here so that bishop and queen can attack this king and try to deliver a mate here. So that could be a try from white side. So black is just making sure that queen e4 is not playable. So d4 is now expected, followed by c4 and then going to e4, h5. Interesting. So black actually should have just tried to get this rook into the game somewhere instead of just creating some weaknesses here. Now bishop takes f3 is available, queen takes f3 and queen takes g4 check was there. So I think the tournament is now over and let me just go back to the let us finish this game guys quickly. Let's have some just 20 minutes 20 seconds remaining. Let's just try to get this game done and then we'll go back and check who are the winners for today's tournament. Now there's the last threat of this pawn to e7 that is also covered. Rook to d7 and I think white should resign now. Queen f7 is still a threat. Queen f7 check, but bishop g7 will save everything. And rook takes e7, rook takes e7, and I think black is safe. Okay, so this is winning for black now. Let's close this game and try to check the winners. So Khelo Chess India is the winner of today's Pakistan versus India chess team battle. Excellent game from both the teams, good sportsman spirit. We have seen good games from all this tournament. We have discussed the tactics that were possible. We have also discussed the openings that the different players have played. So 85 points, a huge lead. 62 from Pak Chess Club. So we have around lead of 15, around 13 points. That's a good lead and good win. Let's check from the personal point of view who have won. Sony Atharvo is the top player from Khelo Chess India, a very good performance with 24 points. And we have Satya from Khelo Chess India with 19 points. Then we have Hidden Chess Master again from Khelo Chess India with 16 points, a good performance there by top three players. Then we have Ding Dong from Pak Chess Club with 13 points. Then we have Narendra Mutliar from Khelo Chess India with 13 points. Bilal Blanco is from Pak Chess Club with 13 points. Mai Shakti from Khelo Chess India with 13 points. Naseem Abbas from Pak Chess Club 13 points. Dimu from Khelo Chess India 13 points. And M. Vikar from Park Chess Club at 12 points. So the that's the points from the individual point of view. You can see the individual ranking over here. Let's check Hero Chess India's rankings. So Soni Atharva is first, Satya is second, India Hidden Chess Master is third, Narendra Mudliar is fourth, Mai Shakti is fifth, Dimu is sixth, and then we have Shrihan Sabat, Wild Frog, Nilebra, and Abhishek Srivastav in top 10 players. So an excellent game, guys. Excellent of all of you to take your time out and participate in this tournament. I hope you like this tournament, you love my channel, and you subscribe to it. That's a request from the bottom of my heart. Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and be on our channel every day at 9:30 to play our team battle. We will be having multiple such tournaments coming up very soon, wherein multiple nations from Asia and all over the world will be participating. You can play from our team. It's free for all. Anyone can join, anyone can play. There is no charges, and this is the best chess that you can get right in your hands, in your homes, in your laptops, in your PCs, on your mobiles. So hit the like button to the video, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. That's all from today, guys. Let's meet tomorrow again at 9:30 p.m. Khelo Chess India daily team battle. Bye bye. Good night from Ahmed Sawan from Khelo Chess India. Good night.